Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today, I'm going to be reading something. A piece of fan fiction unlike anything I've ever read before. The greatest piece of literature known to humankind. And the title might throw you off a little bit, but I promise it's worth it. Okay? It's called Garfield Gets a Massive Boner. Alright? Now, let's get into this. Garfield was looking at his favorite dish, lasagna. Wow, said Garfield. This lasagna looks good. Like, really good. This sounds weird, but I'm getting feelings for this lasagna that I've never felt before. Feelings that are sexual. Suddenly, Garfield had a massive boner. He beheld the boner with measured glee. Slightly right-biased and powerfully turgid, it glistened with sweet pre-jack like the morning dew. Oh, how it glistened. Without thinking, compelled by an animal force, he buried his mega-bone right in the hot Italian treat. Just then, John, Garfield's owner, in a blue shirt, walked into the room. Note that the background is blue like in the comics. "Arr!" John said as he tore at his hair. "My life is ruined, Garfield. You shouldn't put your dick in other people's food. It's just not hygienic." Garfield wasn't going to take this from a little bitch like John. "Hey, John, you bitch. This is the worst. Stop being the worst human being. I think that when you die and go to hell, hell will just be a mirror, because that's what your hell would be. Just being with you. That's what everyone's hell would be." Except Garfield really couldn't say that, because he has the graceless lips and tongue of a cat. Garfield cannot actually talk. That's just not fair. Not only do you have to show off your large, admittedly magnificent dick, you also have to put it in my food. Grr! It's just not fair. You get everything, and now I find out that your anatomy is better than mine. All the girls would like me so much better if I had that glorious Zeus of a cock of yours. John then looked at a fruit bowl on his table. He noticed a banana in between two apples. Suddenly he started glowing. "Hey, I know. Oh, Garfield, do you want to do a favor for me? I have a date at 7 today. I want to impress my date. Like, really impress her." Garfield understands none of this. He's a cat. His feline brain is not sophisticated enough to process more than eat lasagna and violate lasagna. Thus, he does not comprehend the dark machinations of Mr. Arbuckle, who plans to impress his date by also fucking lasagna. Just then, Nermal came out of nowhere.
"Hey, Garfield, I came to visit you."
Garfield hates Nermal because he's a little bitch cat who thinks he's so much better than everyone, so Garfield swung his dick and crushed Nermal with it. A gray grue was stained on his hard, submarine-like cock. Garfield looked at his dick with pride. "You know what? You are so large and amazing that I think I will call you Moby Dick." John's date arrives and he totally does not deliver. She opens the door, right? And he tries to fuck the lasagna, like the cat did. But he didn't make new lasagna. She's not going to be impressed with John's sloppy seconds. His pee-pee is not that great. It's like a sad earthworm, the kind that's like on a sidewalk and is getting cooked by the sun because it was too stupid to realize that it's on concrete when it's raining. John's a bitch. It's a paragraph on its own. John's date raised an eyebrow, and looked bored. "That's it? Bitch, please. I can do so much better than that." John's date went to the refrigerator and started going, She took a pineapple and gave it a whole blowjob. Garfield and John's mouth fell to the floor in amazement. "Holy cow," said Garfield. "You couldn't even do that with a box of Jolly Ranchers, you sad fuck." And then she took every one of the items in the refrigerator and put it in her vagina. She took the sour cream and put it in her vagina. She took out a box of Domino's pizza and put it in her vagina. She took out a large ham and put it in her vagina. I'm not explaining this. Look into your own refrigerator. See the stuff in there? She put it in her vagina. All of it, from the soy milk to that giant container of kimchi. Then she played with all of it in her vagina and put it back in the refrigerator. You see? That's how you fuck food. After that, John's date left him because he's a sad little fuck. John cried and said, "Oh my god, why am I such a sad little faggot?" Then he looked at his refrigerator and said, "Oh wait, she put all of that in her vagina. If I had sex with all of the things in the refrigerator, it would be like having sex with her multiple times." John's face was filled with a smile, and John spent the entire weekend having sex with all the food stuff in his refrigerator. Meanwhile, Garfield and Odie had to eat everything that was fucked by John and his date. It smelled like goat cheese and rotting cum. The end. Any questions?